Hey, what's up guys? Oh, sun's in my eyes. So we just arrived here at Alexander Palace for the World Ping Pong Championships. Building is spectacular. A really nice view of London as well around here. So we've got big matches today. It's 8 groups of 8 players, so 64 players. 4 go through to each group. And on Sunday tomorrow is the later rounds. So let's see what we've got going on here. The doors don't open till 10. We already have players out here training and practicing, getting last minute warm-ups. The groups start at 12. Big shots over there. This tournament actually uses the celluloid ball because using the plastic balls they break too quickly, so they're having to use the celluloid. You've got these cool quirky tables, Pong Crazy. Really like the look of this pink one that edges to the side. I have to give that one a go a bit later. Topspin TT over there. Here with me I have TableTennisDaily player Dean Cundy, who's qualified. Looking forward to today?
Yeah, I am. Can't wait to get it started now after practicing for 3 weeks.
What's the big difference between ping pong and table tennis?
Not much spin, literally sandpaper. You can't ease off with a shot. You've got to commit to every single ball you play for, every single ball.
Is that what you're going to do
Fitness,
today?
a lot of fitness. Yeah, you've got to go for it.
So Topspin TT are the main equipment distributor here at the World Championships of Ping Pong. So they've got all the equipment you need. Some nice catalogues here. One of their popular kit. Donic t-shirt and shorts. Oh, this is a nice top. It's quite funny because this area here is for the general public to play on, just for a bit of fun. Because the doors ain't opened yet, all the players have come here for practice for the rounds shortly. But the doors should open apparently now at 11 o'clock. And then people get their practice on the actual match tables. I'm getting here warming up, getting in the zone.
Stretching.
How important stretching, Gav?
Stretching at 32 years old is one of the most important things out there. I'm looking at guys over there frantically knocking. You don't need that. All the preparation's been done weeks ago.
Massage
Yeah,
roller?
foam roller, but it's definitely not foam. It's a lot tougher than that.
Good, good.
Just trying to get a little bit of blood flow to the hamstrings.
Is this the secret that makes you move so fast?
That's it.
You're like lightning out there.
The last couple of weeks I've been training with Dean Cundy and Ashley Stokes, so it's important when you're training at least once a day to stretch out.
That's it.
Keep the body brand new at 32 years old.
Chris Duran there, warming up. An absolute powerhouse of the game. There we
go. Couple of little cheats you can use to it. Generally, you have to sort of grip the ball on the racket, whereas if you're using a sponge ball, you clip the ball.
Yeah.
You think about the bat's only on the ball for a fraction of a millisecond really there, whereas you sort of grip the ball at the sandpaper. A lot of people make the mistake of clipping it like you will with a topspin.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, and then it just drops off and it dies. You really have to grip the ball.
That's a good analogy,
Yeah.
mindset, okay.
Yeah, that's the easiest analogy. If anyone asks me to play, that's the first thing I say to them. Because that's the biggest, I mean, you taught to clip the ball at table tennis, and it's the worst thing to do with these.
So, how are you feeling for today? You confident?
Yeah, I feel really good, really good. Been a bit more selfish this year, really. A lot of people ask me for knocks. I've had like 14 Facebook messages saying, can you get here at this time, can you get here at this time? And I thought, you know what, I've been a nice guy for years. I'll do my thing this year, and if it helps other people, great. You know, if someone's got a question for me, I'll answer it, no problem. But I'll use my prep, and yeah, I feel fine in the body, no injuries, which is, you know, touch wood. Started yoga actually a couple of months ago, and that's really helped me insanely.
Brilliant.
Got no pressure in the bodies, no joints. My height, 6'8", which is, we've had this conversation before, is very unusual for table tennis. Usually it's the joints that get you as opposed to the muscles, but at the moment I've got no problems at all, so look forward to a good tournament.
Do you feel like your height has an advantage in table tennis or ping pong, or is it?
I think in both you have advantages and disadvantages. Obviously reach, extension, when you bat from the table at sponge, you know, you can get to some balls that others obviously can't do. Short balls, you can sometimes just lean a bit more. It's a couple of shortcuts, but I'd say generally in table tennis, sponge, it's more of a disadvantage, I would say, than an advantage. Whereas in the ping pong, I feel like it actually can be quite a big advantage sometimes, because, especially on the backhand, because I think a lot of people on the backhand, they struggle because, you know, it comes from this height. Sometimes the ball bounces high from the flatness of the forehand. And for me, I can get over the backhand, especially off the table, no problem. Whereas a lot of people, from the height here, you know, they have to reach. Whereas at my height, I can sometimes hit straight through the shots. So I'd say definitely, and also the speed is, you know, a lot less than it's more of your hard work and stamina as opposed to speed at the sandpaper. So it's more of endurance rather than speed, and speed is exposed by your height. So for me, it's much more of an advantage at this, I'd say.
There's a few questions on the website, TableTennisDaily. People ask, how would Ma Long get on off Fan Dong? You know, what do you think about that in terms of, would the top players be able to play in this ping pong event, do you think?
Well, for me, there's two realistic ways of looking at it. If they turn up on the day today and they played, they'd lose. They just would. They might be able to get through a couple of the weaker players, and I've said this to many people. This year is the strongest year, not potentially for winners, but for hard matches in the last 16, last 32. I think if you go back and look at years 1 and even 2 to a lesser extent, there were matches where it didn't look great. You know, there was some easy matches, and maybe some of the lesser countries, some of the runner-up from countries, you had easy matches. But now there's so many hard matches. But obviously, if you reach the level of Ma Long or Fan Dong or Susan or any of these guys, you're obviously extremely talented and hard-working. So if they put the time in, I'm sure they could adapt. It's going to be strong this year.
Brilliant. Well, good luck, Chris.
Cheers, mate.
Best of luck. Thanks, mate.
Likewise. Cheers.
All the players are just coming early, get a practice before the matches start. Spectators ain't allowed in until 12. TableTennisDaily, Dean Cundy there, warm up. Martin Gunn, Welsh player, English player. It's the second TV table. Martin Gunn, Emma Rose over there. Emma Rose, Martin Gunn's coach. Ready for the action. There they are. And a lovely time. More training tables here, which will actually be the match tables. About half-hour time. Massive shots here. Here's Rumgay, the Rum Dog nickname. Rumgay's forehand exquisite. The Rum Dog here. Martin Gunn here, actually a hard bat player when he plays table tennis, so maybe it helps him a little bit just to adjust. What? Big crowd here behind Peter Graham. Matt Ware here from the UK. Focused.
I hope I will win my group. I hope we do a good job today. I look for my friends around, for spectators, for a good atmosphere. And I hope to find a good rhythms for my matches. I mean, the best way to play ping pong, you have to get a good contact with the racket, because normally we are from table tennis, and table tennis we are using a lot of rubbers in our shots. And ping pong is we have to use the wood, and that's why every shot of us must be good contact with the wood. From backhand size, also with forehand size. Anyway, this is most important. Everybody knows that, but a lot of table tennis players are coming with backhand, and suddenly, in the first thing must be about this. We have to get control over the ball. Basic instinct of the racket. This is.
How much do you practice then? Let's say since last year, how many days did you practice for this?
Okay, I prepared better than last year. Anyway, of course, I know the level is growing up from year to year. From year to year, it's more difficult to win one match without troubles. I do my preparation since 2 months, so really in that kind of ping pong, what I like. I have got a lot of players who can be able to practice with me.
Hey, ziet er niet uit als een speler dan.
Ping pong, yeah, anybody can play ping pong. It's a great sport. It's a game that you can watch the ball travels slightly slower, whereas in table tennis it's a bit quicker, so you can see the shots maybe a little bit easier because it's a bit slower. So yeah, really interesting. Great atmosphere here. So yeah, really good.
I think that's what it's about here, isn't it? The atmosphere is fantastic.
Great atmosphere. You're quite close to the play, which is quite good. You can get quite close to some of the players, and yeah, it's really interesting. Looking at the different styles of play. It's nice to see some of the choppers when you see Dean come back off the table, chop the ball with a hard bat. Really nice to see that.
Around 2 hours in of the group stage, Maxim there from Russia won this event previously. He's currently been interviewed by Sky Sports. Over here we've got Martin Gunn versus Andrew Rushton. Great battle. Andrew Rushton, pure work rate versus Martin Gunn's brute force power.
A little bit like top of that case. Now here we are, guys. We're going to serve and spin it up the back now. As you can see, not very much
Nice one, boys. Looking great.
Here we go, yeah.
14-14. One set each here between Duran and the Chinese, Lu Shuang. Duran, fantastic win, mate. Loving it. Hard work.
Cheers, mate. It's a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, he's one of the best Chinese, apparently, according to the people.
Yeah, he's definitely in the top two. I mean, I think I said to you before we started today that once upon a time there was, 20 odd weaker players, but now there's it's just brutal. Yeah. Like first match I didn't play my best, ground out 2-1, but the level was quite a bit lower than the guy I just played there, and that was a real war in the end. 12-11 down the third, anyone's game, and just found a way to win it really.
What was you thinking psychologically? Were you trying to stay cool? It didn't like nothing got to you, and you had a lot of people around shouting.
A little bit. I knew that one, he played 3 or 4 great points. I played a couple of stupid points where I tried to play like someone like Gavin, where I'm stepping around for once, and that wasn't my game. And then I started to get back, and then he won 2 points with nets, and I said well, if he wins it with nets, he wins it with nets. He's still got 3 more points to win to beat me. So just from 12-11, I said, look, if he's got to beat me now, he's really going to have to beat me. So I just said, I'll play my game, backhands. If I'm forced to chop, I'm going to force a chop, but this guy's going to have to hit 3 big winners or get nets and edges. It is, like I said earlier, you know, being 6'8", you know, you can reach a few, get a few more back, but at the same time, he's going to be quicker than me. So for me to engage him in 4-on-4 isn't really the best tactic or the best idea. So it was really a case of, you know, I've been here before, he's not been here before, you know, make him win it. Maybe the pressure will get to him. You know, if he beats me, that's a big scalp, and then he gets through as a winner. You know, it's a lot might be going through his head, whereas I tried to keep it really clear and keep it simple.
Murphy, champion. The round of 32 is coming up this evening, so players are just warming up. Max in there. Here's the show court. I think Gavin Rumgay's on first, and then Chris Duran. Should be very exciting for the spectators. Sky Sports here just preparing and setting things up. Oh. The Rumgay camp are getting ready for the last 32. Rumgay's come out in the kilt. The Chinese guy doesn't know what to do. He's completely confused. Yeah.
Multiple Chinese access to it.
All these fans here for Rumgay, loving it. Selfies, inspiring a generation, whether that's ping pong or table tennis. That's what it's all about. Quite inspiring then, all these kids signing one of your autograph pictures.
And that's what you hope it's going to be like all the time. You know, it's lovely to get a little bit of recognition for what you've done. It's not often in table tennis or ping pong that you can beat any of the Chinese players. So, you know, my game fell apart a little bit in the second set, but then I regrouped again, I found a bit of footwork and was getting into position quickly to hit some fast shots.
I was going to say, what made you actually find your form? What did you do to find your form? Because obviously, on that second set you won.
My big man Stuart in the corner, he's very, very positive, and he gets me fired up. And that's
from positivity and motivation.
It is. And just as I came back, you know, got the towel, and I just started to G myself up a little bit. A few little, you know, jumps on the spot. You've got to just forget that anyone else is there and just focus on every point and just get hungry, because with the Chinese guys, it's all about the scoreboard pressure. If you're at 3, 4, 5 all, I feel I'm going to be good when it gets close, you see. Once they get 2 or 3 points ahead, very difficult.
Hey!
How are you?
Yeah, good, you?
Yeah,
High
good,
five, man.
Thank you.
Have a good time. Last 16, great battle there. Big match here.
If you were just play,
Jesus. Broken. Imran's here, man. Heroic, isn't it? There it is! Oh! Look at this crowd. Check out this guy. Yeah, that's John is always playing with this. Smash! Smash! Give it to you! Come on, Paul! Look forward to a great day. Last 16 is about to take place. Lots of big players in. Alexander Fleming, Gavin Rumgay, Andrew Bagley, Mark Duran. Who else we got here? Fleming here. He's watching Nadal versus Federer right now. Buzzing. Martin. Also a strong player, left-handed, very aggressive. Chris Duran getting ready. Andrew Bagley here. Two-time world champion. Mark Duran warming up. Fantastic player. Andrew Bagley, a top world player, sponsored by Stiga, but also can manage to convert his table tennis and bring it into the ping pong world. Just like that. Andrew, well done. Great win yesterday.
Thanks a lot.
Looked like a tough battle.
Very hard, yeah. You don't know what to expect with these players because I mean, I don't really know them how they play. I know how they play in the table tennis, but I don't know how they play in this form of the sport. So yeah, it was tricky, and they obviously know me quite a lot because of my finals and everything. So it was tough, yeah. 1-0 down, and yeah, really tough game. Just found the way in the end.
I saw you said on Sky Sports you just found the way to win. What was that actual thing you found?
I just try and lift the gears, really. If you're stuck in second gear, you're probably going to go out, and it can happen. It can happen to all the top players. So I managed to lift it to third, to fourth, and then to fifth to win. So I have to do the same again in this next match.
Is that just psychology? Is that just like getting that inner motivation to find your form?
I'm used to it. I've won here twice before. Also, my record in table tennis is strong with 3 English titles, the medals in the Commonwealth Games, also beating lots of top world players. So I'm used to the big stage, and I'm used to winning when I've been down. Lots and lots of matches. I mean, sometimes I do lose, but percentage-wise, I win more. So I'm used to that kind of feeling coming back.
Self-confidence.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And do you have any tips for players who want to play the ping pong? How do you? I mean, you've got such an incredible consistency rate. How do you do it?
I think I played, probably helped me playing tennis. I was a tennis player when I was young, and also as a table tennis player, I'm quite stable. But yeah, I've kind of transformed it to play like a bit of a mini tennis player, and that's how I'm kind of playing the sport. And I'm still trying to apply the same rules as table tennis, trying to play aggressive, trying to move as best as I can and take the ball on. So I'm trying to apply the same laws really, and just but a bit of a different way of hitting the ball.
Alexander Fleming, happy about the result between Nadal and Federer. So Miles, enjoying the event so far?
Absolutely loving it. Always fantastic, the World Championships ping pong. Tremendous atmosphere, great people, great to meet up with friends you haven't seen for a while, and obviously fantastic table tennis.
Just a great buzz, isn't there?
It's a great buzz. Everything is, they put it on so well. It's a great atmosphere. It's fantastic to have the smoke machine and be able to get a drink if you want one, and cheer on your favourites, and really enjoy the atmosphere. And it's great with the 2-point ball. They bring the lights down, they do the mood, and it's a great environment. You're nice and close to the action. It really is my favourite event.
Yeah. Do you think they could bring this sort of style into table tennis, maybe?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, they can. I think with some of the more traditional events like the English Nationals would be difficult, but they could certainly have some open events, some specials, you know, top 10 in England where they could do some razzmatazz, bring in some celebrities. Yeah, and I know that Table Tennis England are looking at things like this at the moment, so hopefully we'll see a bit of Barry Hearn's razzmatazz showmanship on the National.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. But you can't beat the TV exposure. You see it, you want to do it. It's great for the kids.
As I say, yeah, the amount of kids running out after the players after getting
fantastic. It's great. And it's lovely to see for the players. I mean, these guys really are phenomenally good at what they do. You know, they are exceptionally, as you know yourself, it's not easy, and they really deserve some recognition for all the hard work they put in and all the skill they've got.
Yeah, you enjoying yourself here?
Yeah, very much. It's an amazing event to play here. So many people. Every year the level is higher and higher, and it's very nice competition.
How much are you practicing before this event?
I practice it 10 days.
10 days, okay.
10 days with my other player is in last 16 from Spain, Monzó.
Yeah. How many hours per day?
I don't know. Some days we make 2 practice, like 1 hour 30 or 2 hours, playing matches all the time.
Yeah.
And some days we did 1.
So next match you have Gavin Ramgay. You feeling confident? Feeling good?
I don't know. It will be a close match. He's playing well. Yesterday he take one good match. He's also confident, and it will be close. I mean, every match is close here. We see yesterday Esmiriev, he saved 1 match ball in first round in the draw. Bagal is the champion. He lost first set also. So every match is tough.
Do you think you need to be a top table tennis player to be in the last 32, last 16?
Okay, no, not have to be, because maybe if you are not a top table tennis player and you are practicing all the year with these rackets, you also can get a good result. I mean, if the table tennis players they could practice all the year, I mean, it would be mostly similar.
Yeah.
That the better top players in table tennis they could play good in this.
Over here, Emily will present you with an official bat for today's game. So who's ready for ping pong ball this section? All right, we got this section next. Bring the ball, as I said to Emily, to collect your bat. This one? Ready? Who's ready for a bat? Raise your hands.
Hopefully end up again.
Middle.
Gav, unlucky about that last game there against Mark.
Yeah, it was a tough one to take, because obviously the last 3 years I've been in the quarter-finals, got off to a good start in the third set as well, so I thought I could maybe continue that, but I've had a bit of a problem this tournament with the double ball. I've been losing a lot of those double ball points, and then you lose your momentum that way as well.
What do you think of that double point thing? Do you think we should introduce that into table tennis, or?
I think so.
It's quite fun.
It's superb, and I think as well, sometimes in the normal table tennis, the crowd can go a little bit quiet. I think suddenly with the double ball, it engages everyone again. And you can see how it's so pivotal to a match as well. Bagley was really struggling there, but suddenly if he wins a double ball, you can be right back in it.
We'll be back next year.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to have to sadly qualify this time, which might be a bit tough for Ian Johnston as well. So hopefully we can get 64 players in the draw, so that there's a chance of 2 qualification places next time as well for Scotland. Because I do believe with Ian beating Andrew Rushton this year, he's strong enough as well to compete at this level.
Pishtay wins the first set, 1-0. Pishtay last week. Whoa. Feel like Pishtay thought he'd won the point. Incredible rally. That could change the dynamics. Last week Pishtay was playing for Slovakia in the live streaming we did, Sweden vs Slovakia, and now he's here in the last 16 of the World Ping Pong Championships. Levels the scoreline against Pishtay, 1 set each. There we have it. Pishtay eliminates the world champion Andrew Bagley and is through to the quarterfinals. Fantastic match between the two. Big rallies. Pishtay's backhand looked on fire in that game. On a serve fault. Incredible stuff here. It looks like we're going to have a new champion now. Andrew Bagley's out. Could it be Pishtay? Could it be Mark Duran? Could it be the new Chinese? Lots to look out for. Stay tuned watching the quarterfinals, semi-finals and final. What do you like about ping pong? And why do you think the crowd are so engaged in this sport?
I think actually the crowd makes the sport. It's not just about the actual players. The players obviously will draw the crowd, but I think having a fantastic atmosphere, in fact having a partisan crowd where they're supporting different people, I think that actually makes it, and it draws more people in. But the sport of ping pong, I think the interest that it draws is basically because you have this double point ball, you have the lights, the way it's all set up. I think it's actually amazing, Yeah. We've been here since the beginning,
wow.
So we was in, right at the early stages when this was just only being talked about, and when Fred really sort of started to develop the idea. We discussed it, and we just was in it from the beginning and thought it would be a fantastic idea. No, I mean, Top 10 Speed TT, we're really happy to be involved in, in this event, along with, Matchroom. I think, we've worked really well in partnership, and we want to continue to do so. I think that we're a young company that wants to develop in the sport of table tennis, merchandising as well as helping people to develop. We're not just here for the merchandising, we're here for table tennis, and if we can continue to build up the sport, then that's only going to be advantageous to us, but then also reciprocally be advantageous to the sport.
Cool, enjoying the event so far?
Yeah, it's really good. We liked it last year, it's even better this year, I think.
Great fun, isn't it? Atmosphere is brilliant, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, it's always good up here, isn't it? Like, much better to normal table tennis in some respects.
I think so, yeah. Why is it almost better, do you think?
I don't know, I think it's probably more relaxed. Maybe not as pressurised, maybe. Like I know from speaking to some of the players, like maybe Andrew Rushton yesterday, he was saying that he was quite relaxed even though he didn't get through. So maybe that's it. It's more of a, I don't want to say hobby for the top guys, but it's more of a hobby rather than their career maybe.
How's ping pong going?
Ping pong's going really well. Going six and a bit years now. Raised about £80,000 for cancer research, which is amazing. Hopefully going to take that to the next level and get more countries on board in the next coming months. So Sweden are looking at it, and maybe New Zealand, but it's just getting those links really.
Mark, fantastic win over Gavin Rumgay. Looked like a really fun, great battle.
Yeah, it was a very tough match, very close.
And your backhand punch was fantastic. I think that's what helped, right?
Yeah.
How do you do this backhand?
Yeah, everyone is saying that this backhand punch is that. But when I play table tennis, I also punch really good down. So I had to, this is like my stroke. Yes, my weapon always like in table tennis and in ping pong, in both.
It works really well. Mark Duran here warming up for his next match against Chris Duran. Backstage here at the World Championships of Ping Pong. The quarterfinals commences very soon. How are you doing, Fred? Everything going well?
Everything's going fantastic, Dan. I mean, this year we've had the best standard we've ever had in the history. This is the 5th year, and basically anybody in the quarterfinal at this stage can win the event. And that situation we've never had in the 5 years. It's always been a bit predictable, but this year, as nobody can predict the winner. I'm so happy that the countries have produced the standard that they have this year, and for the future, it really does look great. The promoters of this want to do more events around the world, and obviously I'll be the one to do that, to take it further. We're talking about European Championships. There's already a big events in China now, which, the Chinese organiser, Chile, has done a fantastic job there. In Hungary, it's massive. In Russia, Germany, and they're all producing these top-class players. I mean, the 2 Spanish lads this year have both come through their groups. They're into the quarterfinals, and, the standard there, I've never seen anything like the hitting that Mark Duran produced in his earlier round match. The flat hitting didn't seem possible 2 years ago. Very, very impressed with them.
Why does this sport work for you, and what gave you the vision in the first place to put this show on?
I think really I got disillusioned with standard table tennis because the rule changes, mainly the rubber. I used to be a frictionless rubber back player on the backhand, and the ITTF to me are dictating situations for players. They're giving them the opportunity to play with a specific rubber, name frictionless rubber, and then in 5 years' time say there's no grip, so therefore we're going to look into banning it. Well, that's a bit confusing to me when it's called frictionless rubber. When that started to happen, I thought, well, what do I do now? I've got to a good level. I was beating guys in the top 20 in England with my rubber. For an old guy of 50, 55 to do that, I felt, very, very, very happy and proud of myself. But, I'm too old to start again. So I decided to look into hardbat. We started with pimpled rubber hardbat tournaments. It was very successful, and somebody at one of my tournaments, he sent me a snippet of an article from The Guardian, I believe it was, about Barry interested in bringing back old school table tennis in the form of ping pong.
Yeah.
Well, I contacted him and we had a chat, invited him down to the club, and we decided, you know, we're going to give this a go.
Yeah.
And we were going to play with hardback rubber to start with, but because the American test event in Las Vegas back, I think it was 2011, I believe, they used a sandpaper racket. It was a big bulky thing, so I decided to, because they wanted to continue the sandpaper, because it's different than short pimpled rubber, it's further away from table tennis, I developed the bat we play with today for Sports Direct and Dunlop. And basically, that's how it started. We put on the first event 5 years ago in here. It was a tremendous success. Sky loved it. So the bottom line is, there was a contract signed for the next 5 years. So that's basically how it happened, really.
Wow. And who decided to make it to 15? Was that something you thought?
Well,
Or, 'cause I like the idea of 15.
Well, the thing is, I mean, obviously, we tried to, you know, we still play with the celluloid ball because the plastic ball are such a low standard at the moment that it wouldn't be practical to use those. We'll be breaking 10, 20. We stuck to celluloid ball and we wanted our rules to be unique. So we introduced a double point ball.
I love that.
Now, that's very exciting. It's good for the audience, for the general public who, you know, they may not be a follower of normal table tennis. This is easier to follow, and, you know, to go to 15 is an intermediate way between the standard 11 and the old school 21. We don't want long drawn out games, which some people did envisage with this type of racket. So we thought 15 was a good thing with the double point ball. And changing the ball to the orange to the white, we thought we'd go orange as a standard ball because I think for TV it's more distinguishable, and use a white ball for the double point ball, which I think works very well.
Quarter-finalists here warming up, Chris Duran and Alexander Fleming, getting ready for their quarter-final match. China's Yan here, warming up, who overcome one of the best sandpaper bats in the world. Plays like it's normal table tennis. Reminds me a bit of Yanan actually, with his backhand side. Here we go guys, quarterfinals, Chris Duran versus Mark Duran. The crowd are getting ready for this one. Chinese players throwing teddies into the crowd. Gearing, getting the crowd on his side. 2-1 victory over Gonzalez. Packed out arena here in London, Alexander Palace, fantastic crowd. Some absolute great battles here, now in the semi-final stages. Match up now is Spain's Marc Duran versus China's Yan. Second semi-final will be Alexander Fleming versus Slovakia's Piszczek. It'll be a great game. 2 semi-finals, the crowd is absolutely packed out here. Yan wins it and moves into the final. Anyway, nice to meet you.
Nice to see you.
Thanks I just want to ask, what's your vision with everything here? And I think it's so great what you've done.
Well, I mean, really, I've got to say, every year, it's not knocking down doors, but it's growing and growing and growing. Not just in live crowd, which is great, but also in the number of TV stations around the world, because that's how I judge success, ratings and demand. It's getting there. I mean, I still need 25 more soldiers out there to organise. I've got a great guy in China now. I need 12 of him. I need one in Hungary, one in Germany, one in Scandinavia. I need to do more in the UK. But I just think it's televisually. I don't want to fall out with the table tennis boys. This is so much better on television than table tennis.
And I take it you've seen as well the rally length.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying.
It's increasing massively, isn't it?
The standard is, you've played in this last 3 years.
Yeah.
It's gone up a notch every year, and this is another notch.
It gives all of us a buzz in practice as well. You should have seen the last 8 weeks.
I bet, yeah.
The practice has been
unbelievable. That's what we try to do. We try to give the opportunity, and then it's really up to people like you to grasp it and take it to the next level. And so far, remember this, I do 541 event days this year. There isn't a day apart from Christmas Day, there isn't one of my events somewhere in the world. So I'm not going to give you bullshit and say this is the most important thing I've ever done, but I like things. I like sports that have no barriers to entry. Nothing about who you are, where you're from, don't cost you a fortune, you just need ability, dedication, the 2 facets that you have to have in any sport. Once you get that, it falls on people like me to say, okay, you've done your bit, now we've got to give you the opportunity. Because then, I can't justify someone getting really good at this unless they can change their life and earn money from it. Because otherwise, why did God give you that ability to start with? So that's the pressure we have now, is to say, right, where do we go next? How can we create more UK events where, okay, listen, the money here in terms of professional sport is tiny, but this is what it's worth at the moment. But can we replicate this around the world so that people like Gavin can say, right, well actually September I'm playing there, October I'm playing there, and at the end of the year, I've made my wages and I've got a few quid for the ability, and that encourages me to play that. We did it with darts 13 years ago. We just said, look, trust me what we can do. Blokes who were earning 20 grand a year in a job are now earning 300 grand a year playing darts. And everyone said it wasn't possible. It's possible if the commerciality's right. And that's the edge. What we need now is other TV companies saying, saw it on Sky, what have you got for us?
Absolutely.
When you get to that level, and we may not be far off, then you begin to start putting out the platform.
So it sounds really positive, and we hope.
Well, we hope so. I'm a positive person, because I don't, having no ability whatsoever. I've got all the only thing I've got left is positivity.
You've got ability.
No. If I had ability, I'm brilliant at what I do. But I'm talking about in the sports sense. You see, people like me are always frustrated failed sportsmen. because we realised we weren't like good enough to start with. So whether it was boxing, running, marathons, I've done everything, and I've always been nearly okay, but never at the level these guys go to. But that makes me appreciative of what it takes to get there, and that makes the onus of responsibility on me to make sure when they get there, what can they do with it. So it's really what this does, and I think this atmosphere is great. This puts it out there. Now, you keep putting it out there often enough, it's like going fishing. You put enough bait in, you'll find a fish, and that's what I'm doing now.
Nice analogy. All right, thanks, Barry.
All right.
Thank you very much for really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yeah, stay well, mate.
Boos from the crowd, a bit of frustration. There we go, Fleming's into the final of the World Sandpaper Championships here in London. He will take on Yan of China. Now we've got the final between Alexander Fleming and China's Yan. Here we go, guys. The men's singles final at the World Ping Pong Championships 2017 in Alexander Palace, London. go. There we have it, guys, the champion, Jan. Wow, that was crazy. I tried my best to get an interview there with Jan after winning it, but the Chinese fans, media just mobbed him and I had no chance. Even security were just throwing everyone out. Great day of ping pong, loved it. I loved the rallies. Every single rally was so exciting, and I think the spectators helped that as well. But also the double point rule, that was really cool. Yeah, I just think it's a fantastic sport, and I hope Barry Hearn, after talking to him today, I hope he keeps on pushing it forward. I know they had a 5-year contract. Let's see where it goes next year. There's talks around the arena that it could be going to China. Barry did mention, I heard some of the media guys from Sky Sports talking about how the China guy winning it could actually help the sport grow. Because, you know, in China, if they get on board and CCTV5 want to promote it on their TV channels, it could really help things. And what I like about it is very physically, I need to get out of the rain here. I like how it's very physically demanding as well. Fleming, you know, he was just working like a beast, and he said at the end that he just wasn't as fit as the Chinese guy, and that's why he won, and just lost out on steam. But great event, and I think there were some fantastic characters. I think the crowd actually brought life out of the players as well, you know, and it was just bringing out all sorts of emotions, and that's what was fantastic about it, the atmosphere, players, and just everything. And hope you enjoyed my coverage, and I'll be doing a lot more of these vlogs like I mentioned, but for now I need to drive home. It's been a long 14-hour days, both days. This is signing out from London. What a great view we have here. I'm not sure how well you can see it in the dark, but thanks for watching.